Howdy folks, I am just going through the Missouri Valley up in northwest Iowa by Sioux City, getting ready to cross over into Nebraska here in about 5 miles in Blair, Nebraska. I'm heading to kind of northeast, north central Nebraska to look at a very nice international tractor I've been wanting for a while, kind of a rare one. I won't spoil anything just yet. I'll maybe give you a little bit of a peek when I'm trying to load it. Just wanted to show you guys the Missouri Valley. It's a pretty interesting place. Unlike nowhere else in Iowa. I've come through here just a few times in my life. It's always a nice experience. It's never really this flat where I'm from in southern Iowa. It's mostly hills. So I got my trailer and we'll see what I bring back to Iowa. Just crossing over the Missouri River into Nebraska. Currently in Iowa, soon to be Nebraska. Good life. And now we've hit Nebraska. All right, here we are, about 1 week later since I went out to Nebraska and got this Farmall 504 diesel. This is the little brother to the 706. This came out directly after the 560s. They're a little bit of a hard sell for a while because everybody was pretty skeptical after the rear end debacle International had. But they put a 4-cylinder diesel motor in these, a D188. And the majority of these were actually built with the 4-cylinder gas motors, which is why you don't see the diesels for sale very often. Found this one out in St. Charles, Nebraska. It is a one-owner tractor, I believe. The gentleman I bought it from said that they bought it brand new in the 60s, and they used it farming forever, and they just outgrew it, as you would. So now I've got it. I would like to fix this one up real nice like I'm doing my 706. This will be the next project in line when that one's done. I'm not going to start on it yet. I want to make sure I get my 706 properly rebuilt and put back together. This motor is just the exact block of a D282, just with 2 less cylinders. Unfortunately, that means it shares some of the same issues that the 706 does with head gaskets, and it's just a cold starting tractor. It's 65 degrees out right now, full sun, and I had to glow plug it for 40 seconds in order to get it drove from that tin shed over there out to right here so I can make this video. But at least we got a radiator heater. This tractor is set up for mid-mount hydraulics, so for a front loader or mid-mount cultivators. The original owner said that they used to have both on this. It's got a Schwartz aftermarket wide front on it. The original wide front that it had broke because they had a farmhand loader on it. And anybody that is familiar with the 504 factory wide fronts, they're just not very heavy duty. So thankfully, this has an aftermarket one on it, which is about twice as thick as the factory wide front, and it actually has the tie rods behind the front axle. The originals have the tie rods out front underneath your weight bracket, which not a fan of the look and not a fan of the design. Needs new tires all the way around. It's definitely lived a full life, but I'd really like to fix it up nice and use it for row cultivating in my future someday. It's got factory 3-point. I'm not sure if this is the factory top link or not. I need to do a little bit looking on it. But if it is a factory top link, that would be pretty darn neat. The lights work on it other than the front right side, which actually really surprised me. Instead of having hydraulic power steering all the way down from your steering wheel, it has actual linkage all the way down to your front bolster. And then probably can't see it, but way up in there, it's got underneath this cap right here is your power steering motor. It's a 5-speed with a torque amplifier. All of these were built with the TAs, I believe. And one thing that's interesting about this is the torque amplifiers on the 504s is spring assisted. So I guess kind of what I mean by that is it always holds your TA in direct drive, and you can't keep it in gear reduction mode 24/7 like you can on a 656, 706, 806, etc. You have to actually manually hold it back into low side until you're through a tough spot, and then when you let go, then it slams forward back into direct drive. Fairly straight tin on it all the way around, other than the hood. It has a few dings and dents on it, which ain't no big deal. One fuel filter, 706. They're diesels. They have 2 fuel filters, primary and a secondary. This tractor makes about 45 to 50 horsepower, somewhere in there. 4-cylinder diesel. 2 remotes. It's even got the seat off my 706 on it. I figured since that tractor's in a million pieces, I might as well rob the seat, because the original seat that came on this when I bought it was non-existent. All the padding was worn out and very uncomfortable, and you sat low in the seat. Has just a single 540 PTO. Nothing too special about it other than the diesel motor. It's a factory diesel. Let me walk around the other side. I'll show you the serial number. $3666. That puts it right at the summer of 1962 that this was built. Very sharp tractor. I absolutely love the look of these. It's just the little brother to the 706. Let me climb up here and we'll start it up real quick. I just had this running 5 minutes ago. So let's run our glow plugs for just a little bit, and we'll get her started. Very cold-blooded motor. Very cold-blooded motor. front end needs gone over very thoroughly. Tractor's very rough around the edges, but it's got a heck of a lot of potential. I don't dare put it in 5th gear. I did that yesterday going up the road, and I tell you right now, the steering is so loose that it's just very dangerous. You cannot take this in road gear. Super awesome tractor.